liquefied gases can be released, vaporizing immediately. Being heavier than air, they remain close to the ground. Spark or other source of ignition can ignite these vapors, flashing back to the leaking liquid. The fire heats another tank. The liquid inside that tank becomes heated, boils, and expands, increasing the pressure within the tank. The relief valve operates to limit the excess pressure. The tank can withstand this pressure only as long as the tank metal retains its design strength. Where flames contact the tank below the liquid level, the liquid acts to absorb the heat, and the tank metal below this point remains at a safe temperature. With continued relief valve operation, the liquid level drops, exposing greater areas of metal to the effects of heating. Flames contacting the tank above the liquid level create temperatures within the metal high enough to weaken it. When this happens, the pressure within the tank can cause the metal to thin and eventually tear. The pressure drops suddenly. Large quantities of boiling liquid vaporize, expand, and ignite immediately, and tank pieces become flying missiles. Large sections of the tank car can rocket over 1/2 mile and often trail ignited liquid. The ground flash covers an area hundreds of feet in diameter. The blast wave has tremendous force, enough to break windows several miles away. The fireball rises on a thermal column, radiating heat severe enough to cause burns for distances up to 1,000 feet beyond the fireball. This all happens swiftly and without warning.
Test 1, 2. D&H Railroad derailment 2/12/74. Approximately 4:10 this afternoon, a 100-car train of the D&H Railroad was traveling through the town of Emmons, just east of Oneonta. 28 cars derailed, 8 of them bulk pressurized propane tank cars. Searing hot flames and smoke soaring as high as 150 feet into the air. The scene is a mess with cars strewn all over the railroad.
How many firefighters have ever seen a fireball hundreds of feet in diameter? How many have ever seen a 12-ton section of tank car rocket through the air trailing burning fuel? The traditional fire department approach is to attack and extinguish all fires. Because of the serious nature of BLEVEs, it is recommended that fire departments reevaluate their approach to these transportation accidents. Crescent City, Illinois, June 21st, 1970. At 6:30 in the morning, 15 cars of a daily freight train derailed. 9 tank cars were involved. The resulting fire immediately ignited nearby buildings. Firefighters were at first unable to determine the exact contents of the tank cars. Loss of electrical power to pumps made water unavailable to firefighters. Evacuation of the area began shortly after the first alarm. When it was determined that the tanks contained propane, firefighters too moved to safer positions. 63 minutes after derailment, a tank BLEVE'd. About 2 hours later, a second tank BLEVE'd. And 5 minutes after that, a third. Limited water supplies exhausted, fire officials decided to withdraw. The 2 remaining tanks, punctured by rocketing debris, were simply allowed to burn until all of the propane was consumed, some 56 hours later. Because of prompt evacuation and caution on the part of firefighters, there were no fatalities. 66 people were, however, injured by the blast and fire. 25 residences were destroyed, and 90% of the Crescent City business district was demolished. Kingman, Arizona, July 5, 1973. At a gas distribution plant on the outskirts of Kingman, two employees were connecting a single propane tank car to an unloading rack when they noticed a leak. During their attempt to stop the leak, a fire ensued. Upon arrival, firefighters found flames contacting the upper area of the tank and had no way of knowing how long the tank had been exposed. The nearest fire hydrant was about 1,200 feet away. About 10 minutes after firefighters arrived, the tank car blevied. The force of the explosion propelled half of the tank car end over end along the track for 1,200 feet. The initial ground flash, about 400 feet in diameter, caught 13 firemen. 12 of them were killed. 95 people were injured by the blast, most of them spectators, stopped on the highway some 1,000 feet from the tank site.